Hi, good morning, and to all our viewers and listeners around the Caribbean and the world. Welcome to the Grand Championship final between AC Women and Players Women. Besides me, we have the big professional commentator who's been all around the world for the past year doing commentary, Miss Stacey King.
Thank you, Brittany Cooper, for that introduction. Welcome, guys. An auspicious occasion to the finals of the championship, the TTWCA Women's Championship competition between AC Women and Player Sports Club. Well, the toss was won by AC Women's cricket team, and they opted to have a bat first.
Yes, as we see, taking the first over, we have Carrie Brown, and on strike, we have Devika Singh, a former national player.
And Crystal Hanslal, captain of the team. And the umpires for today are Tara Ali, who's on the Arthur end. She's at square leg at present. And Parvati Budram, she's on the commentary and presiding at present. And Stephanie Powers as match referee. So an all-female team, an all-female lineup.
A very experienced lineup that we have in our midst here today, Stacey.
A really good shot from Devika Jenny Singh.
Yes, and at the first four of the match, we saw that Surisha, she's strained down leg, and it was the easy pickings for Devika Singh there.
Showing her experience, she has represented Trinidad and Tobago previously. Was out of the mix for a while, but she's back into women's cricket. So really good to see her back, and Devika Jenny Singh.
Very short in stature. We know short players are light to sweep and hit the square of the wicket.
And a left-hander as well, so obviously she's going to target that leg side. Anything that drops short is going to be punished.
There's a single there to backward square. And we have the skipper back on strike, Miss Crystal Hansel. She is the leading run scorer in the championship division, so we're expecting to see big things from her today and lead her team, hopefully, to victory.
Well, leading from the front, skipper. Leading with bat, I'm sure, also with ball. And leading her charges.
And hit through the extra cover region there. A very good shot by Hansler, and she's off the mark with a boundary.
Yeah, how good is that? First ball that you're facing and given width on the off and played excellently through the offside.
And at the end of the first over, AC Women are 11 for the loss of none.
Wearing shirt number 27, bowling her right arm off spins.
Yes, see that she's coming around the wicket to the left-hander.
A nice flight as well. Devika Jenny Singh in two minds as to whether she comes out and drives or just sits back and have a look. But the pitch does seem to be pretty even. It seems to be a good track.
Yes, very much so. There seems to be some moist on the pitch, so we know later on in the innings it will be a batting paradise once it dries out.
An easy single in the offside. I'd like to possibly see that fielder get a bit tighter because there is an extra cover, so there is coverage
And
just to restrict that single.
we also know at the cricket center is a very, very big field, and the closer it gets in it, you can cut off the angle. That's an easy single there for any batter.
A bit of dust just blowing across the field. It's been a really dry season.
Very, very dry season, of course. I can't say when last we had rain. Well, since my time back in Trinidad. An expansive cover drive there by Hansel, being chased by number 5, and it beats her. A second boundary there by Hansel. A really, really great shot.
Again, just the flight from that delivery. Good adjustment from Hansel. And again, for the bowler, the left and right hand combination probably just throwing her off a bit. But take nothing away from that shot. Excellent.
Yes, a little full there by Norang there. She adjusts the length there for Hansel. And full again. And Hansel knows she missed out on some runs there. But it's good running between the wickets here. We see 2 runs coming. Perfect running there by the AC woman. As you know, this run is very big, so running between the wickets is going to be very important because it's going to be really hard for. We see a lot of sixes here today.
Yeah, you've got to make up your mind early that, right, we're going to run the first one hard and look for a second, look for a third even. Fielding-wise, you'd just like to see a bit more backing up in terms of chasing in pairs, just to assist those fielders who go out to the deep and have to relay it in.
And that's the end of the second over. AC women are 18 without loss. So we both have experience with AC's captain, Crystal Hansler. She's both played for our team. We were past teammates. So I'm not sure if she move on to better things because her team is in the final and our team is not.
Well, what we can say or in our defense that we've both played in Premiership. This is Championship T20 finals. So again, possibly just, growing in stature and starting over.
Yes, very much so. A lot of players this year have changed club. We had COVID and not much cricket was played last year outside of the T10 competition. So it's good to see that we have a full-fledged T20 and league that's that's the league that started the weekend gone there. And we have a change of bowling from the south end. We have Nadia Mohammed that's coming in to bowl her medium pace.
Yeah, definitely too short. And again, Crystal Hansler scoring in boundaries. She's just loving this bowling from the opposition.
Yes, a very expansive shot there again by Hansler. She's showing her class and she's showing her form and she's showing why she is the leading run scorer in the championship division.
And she's also had some experience playing club cricket in England. So using all of that and bringing it home here as well to just stamp her authority, it also forces a change in field. They've opted now to send long off back.
That's a better ball and length there by Mohammed. A nice forward defense there by Hanslal. So this is the new field that players are bowling to. There's a deep cover and there's a long off. They opted to bring all the deep mid wicket in and send out the long off. So we know Miss Mohammed have to now try to keep that line and length outside off.
Expansive shot, but fielder is getting under, but doesn't hold on, wasn't actually very close to that. It lands safely. She gets alive, Crystal Hanslal.
A life that she will be very thankful for, because she knows she's the one as a skipper that she'll want to try to bat out all these over. Unfortunately, a chance one begging by players that they wish that they have taken. How much will it cost them?
I think that's the big question, because Hanslal, well, she's motoring on in terms of runs. She's leading things out here. So they'll think that that's an opportunity they missed, and most times those are the players that go on to score big runs. Devika Jenny Singh just understanding her role here as well. Just keep things quiet, rotate the strike. Crystal Hanslal, well, she's doing everything. She's scoring in boundaries. The run rate is up, 22 without loss in the third over. So in a very good position, AC women.
Yes, very much so. They keep scoring at this rate. They could score an easy 130, 140. There's good bowling there by Mohammed. Keeping things tight after that first four of the first ball. Let's see if she can finish off the over with 2 dot balls to go. 4, 5.
Lands just short of the fielder. But this has been good. A good comeback from Nadia Mohammed in this over. Went for a boundary of the first ball and a single from the second.
Yeah, 6 runs came off Mohammed over there. So as you said, good comeback there by Nadia Mohammed after starting over with a boundary. Clearly, players are trying their best to pull things back, but that odd boundary in that over are costing them.
Yeah, those are the ones that you've actually got to focus a lot more on, because you don't want to start with a boundary or end with a boundary. Normally your coaches say to you, right, you've got to end strong, especially if you have done all the hard yards. And as a bowler, sometimes it just demoralizes you as well when you do get hit for a boundary, say that second to last ball or last ball.
Yes, and the fact that she got hit for a boundary on the first ball, but the other balls were wicket-taking balls, because we had 2 opportunities that went to begging. But, you know, it's good comeback there by Mohammed.
Norang continues with her off-spin. Wearing shirt number 27, age 36. Jenny Singh just trying to open the face to guide it, but there's not much pace in it. Yeah, flighted and again played into the off from the Vika Jenny Singh for another single, another comfortable single. That fielder in that short mid-off region, they'll have to get closer.
Yes, if they were closer, that would have been an easy catch. But I think they're hanging on the edge of the circle because of the scoring rate, and they are trying to restrict the boundary scoring opportunities.
Oh, this has been good. 11 runs off the first over, 8 off the second, and now 6. Norang into her second over, and she's doing well. She has a nice flight with those deliveries. Normally batters tend to open their eyes pretty big when they see balls like those flighted deliveries. Think about so many shots to play at them.
That's an easy single there to mid off from Hanslal.
Left and right combination just has umpires, players, everyone just changing around.
I'm never fond of a left and right in competition. I feel like I do more work when they are batting than if I say two left-handers or two right-handers batting.
Yeah, as a fielder, yeah, as the fielding team, yes. As the batting team, you're happy for it because, right, you get a little break in between as well. You get to catch a breath while everybody's moving around into their positions. Reassess what's happening and go again. Yeah, this delivery poorly lined down the leg side. Devika Jenny Singh will think that she missed out. Might have wanted to try a paddle, an easier shot just to get bat on ball, but missed out that time around, and just 2 runs scored from that no-rang over. So it's the end of the 4th over, and AC women are 26 without loss.
Yes, as we see, players are now starting to pull things off because the first over went for 11, the second went for 7, the third 6, and now 2. So clearly now players have a better understanding of where to go to these batters.
And sometimes possibly just those nerves of, right, we're in the final and the opposition, well, I'm not sure if they played against each other in the league setup, but just understanding that, right, we just need to control our controllables, do, just the basics right.
Yes, from my knowledge, they did play against each other in the league thus far, and I believe AC Woman came victorious.
So going 1-up on players. As you see, Nadia Mohammed comes back into the attack. 6 runs came off her first over, so given the opportunity once again. And strained down the leg. Wicketkeeper did well, released the gloves and got to the ball. And again, just a medium pace, not very pacey Nadia Mohammed, so she'll want to try and bowl that wicket-to-wicket stump.
Yes, we see she's now adjust her line and length, and you said good by the wicketkeeper there to just restrict it to 1 leg by. I think this is the stage where is either or, it could go either way. We see that now players are now on top of things before AC were on top of things. So it's either AC try something or players continue to apply that pressure.
And just a reminder, it's still the power play over, so just 2 fielders out. So there's a deep mid-wicket.
And as you see, there was a potential no ball, but not picked up by the umpires because there was 3 fielders. There was a deep middle wicket,
which is why
a
I
deep
stopped.
cover, and a deep back was square. But you know, sometimes the umpires can't see everything.
But at least the fielder realized she's now into the circle, and now has to chase the ball because just where she came in from, she's hard to chase, and the ball wins the race in the end. It's another boundary.
Yes, another boundary there for Devika Singh. As you see, she's very strong on that pad, so anything down on that leg stump there, she seems to get the ball away easily. And it's kind of difficult for a bowler when you're bowling to a right left-hand combination because you always, if they get a single every ball, they always have to adjust the line and length. And the fact that, it's a left and right, some batter strong on the back foot or strong on the front foot, so it's always a thinking game for the bowler.
And again, worked into the leg side, but this time around, opting to bring that mid-off into the ring and just have the square fielder hang back a bit. So just a single, another comfortable single. But again, as you mentioned, that line that Nadia Mohammed is bowling to Devika, which is the left-handed batter, she'll have to push it a bit more on the off. It's just too easy for her.
As you see, the line and length she's bowling for the left-hander is what she should be bowling for the right-hander.
Well, that slapped back past the bowler by Crystal Hanslau. And just gets a single, good fielding. A
As
poor throw back in, but good fielding.
a good feeling there by Srini Rankisoon. Those who don't know, she's 50 years of age. She's one of the oldest players on the field, and she did the correct thing. She did long barrier, stuff that a lot of our younger generation don't.
Yeah, we tend to see a bit of football. We tend to see a bit of pyrotechnics, all different things, other than what is coached or what is taught.
A bit aerial there by Singh, but a safe single down in the end. And that's the end of the fifth over. 8 common runs coming off that over of Nadia Mohammed.
So not too bad. Again, just those boundaries, those poorly lined deliveries that were punished. But not bad at all from the players' women's cricket team in terms of how they've come back. Their biggest over was the first over. 11 runs came off it, and they've been able to pull things back.
Yes. We see a great partnership here building by AC Women. Devika Singh and Crystal Hansel is giving AC Women exactly what they need to score a very competitive score here today. Here we have a change of bowling from the north end. We have Rina Ramarak who's coming in with her right hand, say orthodox. Dot ball first up.
I wonder if she has any relations to Karishma Ramharak.
Well, they both spin. So, but I know Ramahak is from the east, and Miss Ramahak is from.
You never know because again, when you look at it, she bats left-handed just like Karishma Ramharak and bowls. She bats left-handed and bowls right-handed, similar to West Indian female cricketer Karishma Ramharak. Thus far, they haven't been able to play her. They haven't been able to score off her. So really good bowling. It's quite unorthodox. Good take from the wicketkeeper. A wide signaled by the umpire.
It's really tricky action there from Ramarak. Seems like come like a little back of the harm there, but that one actually came in to mixing. The first 3 ball went away to her. Yeah.
She's aware that she's getting all that done. Again, played upish. A chance for a run out, but the running has been really good between this pair. The understanding. I'm not sure if there's a call, but sometimes they just look up and they take off. So just to show that they're really comfortable with each other.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience where we used to meet in the wicket, and as soon as our eyes met, we know, quick single.
That trust, that level of communication or non-communication as it might be, and trust between batters is important.
There's another quick single there for Hansel at mid-on.
Big boundaries. A couple of singles being taken.
Yep. That's the end of the 6th over. 4 runs coming off the first over of Ramarak.
Players just having a quick drink. Outside there is really hot. It's really warm. It's also the end of the power play. Current run rate 6.33. So AC women will think that, you know, they're in a really good position. A 38 without loss. They've set a tone. They have a foundation, so now they can go big. They've not lost any wickets.
And here we have a change from the south end, and we see Rampol here is coming in to bowl her right hand. It seemed to be off break. Let's take a look and see if she can be the bowler to break this partnership between Hanslal and Singh.
At the end of the power play, and they've still opted to just use two fielders out. A bit of mix-up as to who should have been on strike because of that water break after the power play.
I think the sun is getting to them a little there.
The sun, the dust, everything.
You know, Stacey, I always wonder, how do we play in the sun?
Yeah, I had a rude awakening when I came back from India. I did women's IPL. I did a couple matches there and got back home and I was like, what is happening? Yeah, I thought that I was in a furnace when I came back and played on the Sunday with my club team Technocrats. I was like, no, this is different. I had on shades, I had hats, I had sun cream on, and it still didn't help.
No. I find like the sun just seems to be different. You know, we as I said, we are accustomed to playing in this condition, but nowadays it just feels a bit aerial there by Singh. Coming off the boundary there, we see Lafon, who stopped a brilliant 2 runs, 1 run there. It's good running there by AC Woman. There's 3 runs there.
A really good stuff from the fielder on the boundary because that should have been 4 runs. A bit of football work in between as well to stop the ball from going across the line. And of course, the big boundaries on that offside, well, with the throw coming in, they achieved 3 runs. So first 3 for the match, for the morning.
I would love to see some adjustment to the field, especially to Singh that's scoring all those runs at square.
Yeah, another unsuccessful attempt of football pyrotechnics. I don't recommend it because your shins is just too close. But Crystal Hanslal, well, she is having a swing.
Yeah, it's a powerful strike there by Hanslal. Yeah, we saw that player Saminja Ramsarak wasn't able to get down, so she tried to stop it with her feet. And you said, I don't recommend that because your shin and your ankle is very, very, very difficult when it comes back to healing.
Yeah, that's bone. And there's not much flesh there to take that blow. So it's not recommended, young boys and girls. Just train again in line and it will run away. The fielder is giving chase, does pull it back in time. But a lot of work to do because those boundaries are pretty big.
Yes, good running again there by Singh and Hanslal, and kudos to the fielder that choose to chase because a lot of players will see that ball going there and say, I'm not going to run it down, it's going to fall. A very expensive over just for 4 balls, and there's already 10 runs off it. and we see the adjustment. Oh no. I was now going to mention there's a change of field for the adjustment to Singh, but they bring the fielder inside the circle at backward square.
And as we've seen throughout this match so far, anything that is on the leg side, Devika Jenny Singh, well, she latches onto this one again, and another boundary added to AC Women's score. Very well played.
Yes, very well played by Singh there. Another welcome boundary there by AC. Bad bowling on the behalf of players there, because they seem not to understand the batters who are on strike, because the line they are bowling for Singh is the line they should be bowling for Hansla. Hopefully after that shot we see adjustment to the field.
Yeah, I think it's also the captaincy that you'll have to question here, because if Singh is pulling everything into the leg and your bowler is struggling because so far she's scored all her boundaries and all her runs on the leg side, then you'd want to strengthen that leg side field. So bring up the extra cover, bring up the long on, I beg your pardon, and try and bowl or help your bowler by strengthening that leg side field. Very cheeky this time from Singh, just opens the face. A much better line delivery, I will say, from the bowler. Just opens the face and plays it, guides it down, uses the pace and guides it down to third. So the fielder had to get around. 2 runs added again to that over.
Yes, the end of the over there, very expensive over there by Rampal, and I know the AC dugout is happy because 16 runs scored off. So the last over was 4, and now this over is 16. So we now see that AC women are starting to pick up things here, because, as I said, 7 overs already gone in the match.
Yeah, and you can see those 2 players out there having a quick chat. Devika Singh and Crystal Hanslal, 54 on the board. So, and it's only the 7th over. Well, the completion of the 7th over, so they've been out there for some time and probably just feeling it a bit and having a chat as to where they want to end in terms of a target or what target they've got in mind, because their foundation is set. Sorry, I beg your pardon, the end of the 8th over. AC women are in control.
Are we going to predict the score?
I think it might just be a bit early, but definitely over anything over that 120 mark you mentioned earlier.
As we sit here and I look at this going, no, when you are not on the field, you see a lot from outside.
Yes.
And we see the difference in batters. We see Singh, who scored square of the wicket, and we see Hansel, who is more of a straight in the field type of player.
Yeah, I agree. Those are the things that the little things that really stand out and makes the difference between championship and premiership level. I'd say really good feeling at point by Norang.
Yep, chance for a run out there, but a stronger throw probably would have Singh heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, those are the chances and things that, you know, senior players you always be looking for, and it really separates the sheep from the goat, as one would say, because just understanding the strengths of those 2 players and setting the correct fields for your bowlers, just that support all in general would be important. So it's again just learning lessons for this championship final and these 2 championship teams as they continue to grow and, you know, just showcase their talent, because they've done well to be in the final.
A bit aerial there by Hansel, but it lands in no woman's land, I should say.
Well, as we said, it's an all-female match won, and then the officials are all female as well. Two umpires for today, Tara Ali from the Attobolden end and Parvati Budram from the commentary end. And Stephanie Powers as match referee. Worked into the leg side nicely from Hans Lal. Fielder does well.
It's good feeling there by Lafon to restrict the running or the score to just 2 runs off that ball. And a very successful over there. Just 6 runs coming off that over. So good welcome pressure there by players. We see that Miss Singh is on her toes there, taking a deep breath, because we know it's not easy there to be running those quick singles and 2s and 3 in this weather.
Yeah, and it's a 9th over, so as much as they'd probably want to call for a drink, it's just 1 more over before the official drinks break, so the umpire might have just reminded them of that. So they've got to hold on, you've got to dig deep. The foundation is being set, 60 without loss after 9 overs. Yeah, both batters, you can just see how they're propping on their bats. They're really feeling it out there. That's where that fitness comes in, that being able to adjust to conditions. Because at 10 o'clock start, which means the sun is overhead, it's now coming up.
Yes, hopefully the umpires look at the weathers and see that the batters are struggling a bit and allow a water break at the 10 over. We are all still humans at the end of the day.
Yes, we are, and sometimes the umpires themselves might just need that drink as well. That's better.
And we see a switch in bowler that see Mary Lafon, who is now taking up the bowling from the south end.
Well, she's lucky to have gotten away 1 with that delivery, because the Vika Singh found the fielder, and 2, it looked to be a bit high. The umpire is having a look at the square leg, but the Vika Singh, she's quite short in stature, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes, very much so. I think all batters feel that, once it's full, it should be a no ball.
Fielder did well. Those deliveries tend to, especially when the batter gets back and tries to cut, opens the face, it tends to bounce before and gives an awkward bounce and runs away from the fielder. She did really well to stay in control.
Yes, because we know just if that ball just spin a little more, it could have probably go for 3 to 4 runs.
Not bad at all from Mary Lafon. Quite flighty, but they haven't been able to put her away just yet.
And we see your adjustment to the field. They have now sent out that deep backward square for Singh.
And they've put a short square, which is excellent, because that would have normally been a single or 2 runs. So much better in terms of the field placement from the captain to support her bowlers. Yeah, still, again, that's another full delivery. The Vika Singh, well, she's standing there in awe because, and she's reversing the shot at the height, because that was clearly a no ball. Umpire didn't call it. So we move on at the end of the 10th over. 63 without loss, AC woman.
Yes, welcome over there by players. Lafon coming on to bowl and only getting 3 runs in that over. As you see, saying on 26 of 29 balls, and we see Hansel is on 35. At this rate, they can score at least 140, 150, and they could even score it without losing a wicket. Players have to try to find a way to break this partnership. Those area balls that seem to just be dropping over the fielder's head. We know it's a team that's more of age, that you won't see a lot of diving that's going to be going around, but we know sometimes when you just stick out that hand, that balls just seem to stick sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you need lady luck. It just needs to go your way. You just need to follow it and let it happen. But again, yes, because the field is also so big, you kind of don't want to send fielders all the way out, because there's absolutely no way they're going to clear the boundaries like this. A very good shot. Really good work from the fielder in the deep end, but just that bounce before, yes, and it beats her into the boundary.
Poor feeling there by LaFawn. Just ricocheting off her legs and onto the boundary. As you see, there's a change of bowling from the north end, and the opening bowler of Shirisha is back on.
She was expensive in her first over. 11 runs came off that over, and she's already started with a boundary again. And more runs. Poorly lined once again. And more runs to Crystal Hanslal.
Back-to-back boundary there by Hanslal. We see the length of Shirisha. It hasn't been adjusted. Are you looking at the field she's bowling to? There's a deep mini wicket. There is a cow corner, and there's a long off, and there's a deep cover. So the length she have to bowl has to be where she's trying to put Hansler on her front foot and not on her back foot.
And even if she's bowling that attacking leg side length or line, she needs to have that short fine leg out right back on the boundary, because it's very quick out there. I know it's a challenge for these young ladies as well, just to consistently land the ball in good areas, but it's a learning process. I worked into the leg. Will they take two? Good fielding. The fielding the leg side. Deep mid wicket came off really quickly. Couldn't stop the 2 runs. Again, good running between this pair, and it's 75 runs on the board at, well, 73 at present in the 10th over. So to see that aggression to run between the wickets still at this stage, it's really good.
As you talk about aggression running between the wickets always put the fielder under pressure. And they did put her under pressure, because when she saw that they were running, looking for that second run, she started to attack the ball more. Yeah. Welcome that ball there by Player Sports Club.
I didn't quite get that as she wanted it. Crystal Hanslal seemed to have came off the toe or the dead end of the bat and went directly back to the bowler. She's lucky that it didn't carry to hand. A bit of an appeal, swing and a miss from Hanslal. Umpire's not interested. As everyone waves for a quick drinks break. Umpires have agreed that it's time to get some refreshments in, time to rehydrate. right, welcome back to the finals of the Trinidad and Tobago Women's Cricket Association Championship Division between AC Women and Players Sports Club. If you're now joining us, well, AC Women won the toss and opted to have a bat first. It has been working in their favor. At the end of 10 overs, they ended on 63 without loss. Captain Crystal Hanslal, well, she's out there and she's been leading things. She's on 35, and Devika Jenny Singh, former Trinidad and Tobago player, she's on 26 from 29, so a really good partnership between this pair. Standing umpires for today's match, Tara Ali, who's in the square leg position at present, and Parvati Budram, who's the presiding umpire at present. Nadia Mohammed, the bowler.
We know that after every water break, something always happens. Whether it be the batter score more runs or the bowler start to take wicket. We will just have to wait and see which way it swings.
Which way it swings. I think from a player's perspective, they'll want to see the back of either of these two players. This partnership really a successful one for AC Women. And just something to celebrate about. Again, another chance, or what could have been another chance. 2 runs taken. But creating opportunities. The Players Sports Club ladies, but they're not able to hold on to them.
How much is going to cost them? You already see that the 2 chances they had in the previous overs before have already cost them at least 30 runs. And here's a run-out chance here. Oh, there's good work there by the fielder, extra cover. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Seems like Hansel hit the ball and Singh was off the mark to get that quick single because he saw that extra cover was on the edge of the inner circle. As you see the replay here. And look at that celebration. Singh bat seemed to stick in the ground there a little.
Well, you did mention that after a water break, something has to give. Something usually happens. And so said, so done. A very important breakthrough for Players Sports Club. Devika Jenny Singh, obviously the fitter between these two, because Crystal Hanslal, she has been struggling. She has been struggling a bit out there, running between the wickets. Devika Jenny Singh, much fitter and much more fluent with those runs, and looking again for another single.
Yes.
This time gets the run out.
But if you look back at the replay, you will see that it would have probably been an easy single, as I said, before they were running and communicating between the innings pretty well. Not the best of throw there by the fielder, but good cleanup there by Mohammed.
And you can also see where Crystal Hanslal is, so there was an attempt to make that run. Both batters were out of their crease. So a bit of miscommunication, a misjudgment. The first wicket falls for AC Women. Score 66 for 1. Well, the end of a successful over for Players. The wicket of Devika Jenny Singh in that over to Nadia Mohammed, run out via the run out route. It's the end of 11 overs, 67 for 1.
And we see Rampol here, who's now coming from the north end to bowl her third over of the day. What a shot by Hansel, just flicked off her pads and a beautiful 4 down there to deep square.
And there are 3 fielders on the leg side, but again, just the placement and awareness and the power from Crystal Hanslal whipped into the leg side.
And as you said, 3 fielders there on the leg side, so it's not a bad ball because she is bowling in line to fielder set, but perfect placement there by Hanslal.
And this has been a really excellent inning. She moves on to 40 now. Crystal Hanslal leading again from the front. Highest run score in this championship division. And clearly showing her class.
She have a high score of 87. Will she be able to beat that today?
Well, she has a perfect opportunity. And she has a base, 40 thus far. 11, well, we're into the 12th over. So if she continues, stays hydrated, and no more runouts, then don't see it being a problem.
Yes, as you can see, her batting has become a lot more easier. The confidence have been built because of a Singh with the running between the wickets.
And it's not bad cricket shots in terms of the line in which the bowlers have continuously bowled at her. She's just played through those lines, so they're attacking a leg stump, a midland leg stump line for her, which she is very strong on, and she has just been punishing them. I like the offer from Dudo. It should have been a wide. It's being called a no ball. Is it a no ball signal from the umpire?
But first she signaled a wide, and then she changed her decision to a no ball. So as we look at the bowler, seems to be a bit confused there. She
and
seemed
a bit
to mash
upset as well.
seemed to mash the outside of the crease.
Well, it was a free hit, and Dudo a swing and a miss. So a dot ball.
Yes, the perfect opportunity to get off strike. Why not a free hit? But unfortunately to Dudo, she did not connect. Another dot ball there by Rampol. A decent over so far. Just 4 off the first ball, a wide on the single.
Yeah, this has been really good stuff. Really good. These dot balls will count. Uh, 75 for one AC woman after 12. Players just moving around into position. As we see a change in bowling, Mary Lafon had a very excellent over. First over went for only 3 runs. She's given up the ball again. And she's going to be bowling to the aggressor in Crystal Hanslal. She's on 41. Another poor line delivery, leg-sided line delivery, but I get the field placement good for Hanslal. So they get that single, and Dudo is now on strike, which is what Players Sports Club might just want, to keep Dudo on strike for as long as possible, keep Hanslal on the other end, get through a couple overs. Yeah, I think there are going to be some really sore feet out there after this match. Everyone wants to put their foot down and to stop these deliveries.
Yes, as you say, let's hope that it's not an injury that will probably come up later on. And this strike down to middle on from Dudo. We know that players will have to try to take advantage of this new batter who is in the wicket here with Hansler, and you see that the adjustment in field when Hansler is on strike, the field tends to open up to allow to give her the single.
Yeah, they won't mind this. This is a good over thus far. Couple singles, nothing in terms of boundaries or twos, so this has been really good from Lafon.
Yes, and we see the scoring since the dismissal of Singh has dried up a bit.
Oh, again the foot.
Again the foot. Again a dot ball.
I guess if it works, it works. It's not recommended, young girls and young boys who are watching this match. I like the shot from Dudo. She isn't very strong, but just the placement and the connection.
And that's the end of the 13 over. Just 4 runs coming off of it. And good pressure here being applied by Players Sports Club after the dismissal of Singh. If they can keep this run rate or get this run rate down to under 6 and over, it will be a very good score to chase on a really, really good battle wicket.
Yeah, I'd definitely want to chase on this pitch because of the big acreage in terms of the boundaries. Very big on the outfield. So there's a lot of singles, there's a lot of twos, there's a lot of threes. Zarina Ramhara comes back into the attack.
Started off with a wide.
Pulled into the leg and from Dudo. A bit of a misfeel by the fielder in the deep. So they get back for 2 runs comfortably.
2 welcome runs there for Dudo, who seems to be getting a lot more comfortable in the wicket.
Yeah, just seems to want to get on with things. I like the flight. I like the flight from Ramharak. She might just want to pull that length a bit back.
Yes, she's moving a little too far to both batters right now. As you said, if she pull back the length and allow that ball to get a little drift or turn on this wicket, as you can see, still seeing the, that's the length, Umpire said not out.
Well, there's still an appeal from wicket-keeper, bowler, fielders, everyone. As we see the replay, might have just gotten the back down in time, Crystal Hanslal.
But it seems like Hanslal there was looking to start to walk to the dugout there, and she saw the umpire kept her hands down.
Very good delivery. Ooh, would have liked to see a side-on vision of that. Hanslal was actually walking away. But when she realized, she had a look at the square leg umpire and realized that the umpire didn't seem to be interested. She just stood her grounds.
Yes, umpire Budram said not out, and we know umpire's decision is final. But to that ball there by Ramarak, and as you saw in that ball, she adjusted her length and forced Hanslal to come out her wicket there.
Yeah, and the line as well, almost a fourth, fifth stump line on the off. Much better. Again, getting two straight and just happy to play uppish. And Crystal Hanslal down the ground. She raises her bat in acknowledgement of the crowd who are cheering her on. She gets to that milestone, that 50 milestone.
Good shot there by Dudu, and poor feeling there on the boundary there by, I believe it's Noah.
Yeah, needed a better effort. Definitely needed a better effort. And again, we keep talking about the line in which the bowler is bowling. Just need to be a bit more consistent, because you will be punished once you miss that length.
Yes, on the end of the 14th over there, 9 runs coming off that over with that boundary off the last ball. And the score is now 96 for 1 after over number 14. And we see that that run rate is going up. That partnership is being built between Dudu and Hanslal there.
Yeah, she started off quite calm and timid, Dudu. Didn't look as though she can hit the ball, but she's really grown into her own at this time. She's hitting boundaries, she's rotating the strike, she's supporting Crystal Hanslal, who might just feel that she doesn't have to pressure herself. She got to that 50 in the 14th over. She's still out there, so she'll be expected to bat on, but you know, sometimes you just get a bit winded and you're just happy to see that someone on the other end is also batting, so that it's not pressure on you alone to get things going. And it's a big responsibility for her as well, Crystal Hanslal, being the captain of the team and wanting to lead from in front.
Yes, and to step up in such an important game as the captain, a final where you want to be victorious, you want to lead from front, and Hanslal is doing exactly that. Here comes Lafon to bowl her third over. Lafon seems to be the bowler who knows the line and length to bowl on this pitch. You know, she's already bowled 2 overs, and only 7 runs have come off those overs thus far.
Yeah, really excellent stuff. The line, the length, the variations as well that she seems to be using, and the field placement. So all 3 boxes ticked off. The keeper just misses, releases way before time, literally just tried to throw at the stumps all in one motion. Yes, I think it might have been a wicket if she had hit the stumps.
A missed stumping there by keeper Shania Augustus, but smart cricket there by Hanslal and Dudu to run a quick single. Seems like outfielders was disappointed, but nobody went to try to get the ball.
Yeah, really good stuff from Lafon. She's really tying things up between these 2 batters. They're not sure just how to play her yet, because she's bowling just a short of a good length and just seem to be getting a bit of swing as well. Hanslal has said she's had enough. Swing this one into the leg side. Fielder is getting her wrong. 2 runs taken. They're looking but won't go for the third.
Yes, and we see the fatigue is starting to take him because early on in Hansel innings, he was running 3 easy run. As you say, we are into the 15th over, so fatigue will start to kick in.
And just losing her shape as well because she's decided that she wants to get on with things. Crystal Hansel attempts to pull this one into the leg side, but isn't in full control. Just picks up a single, but also picks up the strike for the next over.
Yes, a good over there by LaFawn again. Only 5 coming up that over, and also some stomping opportunities there. What went a beg.
In this innings, AC women having won the toss and opting to bat first. They're 101 after that 15 overs. So really good stuff. Really impressive. And the captain, Hans Lal, she's out there and she's doing the hard yards. This is Irina Ramharak back into the attack. Played upish, played upish. Is there a chance? And it's taken bold and caught. The big wicket of Crystal Hansel. Irina Ramharak picks her up after being hit for a couple boundaries previously.
Yes, as you can see, we talked about that length that Ramharak has to bowl on this pitch. And we see as the last over she bowled, as she adjusted, it was becoming difficult for Hansel to be aggressive or to score that runs. And rightfully, she said, I will catch it. I will take the wicket because, chances were begging and it wasn't being taken.
And how good does it feel just to see the back of the captain? She scored 53. She's led things for this AC women's team. But again, just being consistent and nagging with that line, Irina Ramharak. Remember in the previous over, she did have an opportunity of a stumping of Crystal Ramharak.
Yeah.
Crystal Hansel, I beg your pardon. And Ramharak this time around just continuing or persisting with that line picks up the important wicket.
Yes, a very important wicket, but what a foundation being laid by Captain Hansel. As you said, she's the leading run scorer in this competition. The closest behind her is Nadia Mohammed on 83. So it's a good foundation here by AC women. And now we have Rona, as those in the cricketing world will call her Natty. Rona Rajkumar is walking in the number 11. As we know, Rona very good from the wind ball arena, and also used to play a lot of hard ball. She used to play with Phoenix Women's Cricket Club.
Really well known within the wind ball or cricketing fraternity, Aruna Rajkumar. Also represented Trinidad at one point as well.
Yes, a lot of parts players who are playing in this championship, and you'll see some of them later on in the second finals in the Premiership division.
I know as an older player, you sometimes just would like to get into these younger teams just to really help mold some of these young players and encourage them. Just to show them that, you're still around, you're still there to assist. You can ask me anything, you can just get those experiences out of these senior players. So it's good to have them within. And she gets off the mark right away. Left-handed batter, Rona Rajkumar.
There's just 2 quick runs there by Rona. And you spoke about, the past players. This team is managed by no other than Brenda Solozano. I know that surname is very familiar to a lot of us in the cricketing world, but she's have so much experience. Plays for Trinidad and Tobago, for West Indies. She's a level 2 West Indies coach. There's so much experience behind that name. And here comes a run out. Bad communication here by Rajkumar and Dulo. Another run out in this innings. How costly is this going to be for AC?
Yeah, bad communication between both players. Rajkumar obviously looking for the single because it was played in front of the fielder who had to come in, pick up, and then throw. But the non-striker, Dudo, decided, well, no, I don't think I'm going to get there.
Yes, and a conversation there between two batters. I believe, as a senior player, as Rajkumar, she'll be giving Dudo a word of encouragement that, yeah, I was run out, but it's gone. There's still a lot of balls in this innings, and you have to be the one to stay there and bat it out.
Yeah, agreed fully. And again, just talking about those senior players within the setups and understanding that you got run out fine. The wicket has fell, but just encourage that young player because Dudo seems to be pretty young and inexperienced as well. So just to let her know that you're out there already, you're 10 of 13. You've already have a base, you've set a foundation, just continue going because this is the 16th over.
2 wickets already in this over, and we see making her way to the wicket is Kajal Dalgirl. She a former players or former teammates of us. She once played with Technocrats and she also played with Phoenix Woman. She is the leading wicket taker in this competition this far. We'll love to see what she have with the battle offer. We are in the 16th over. She's very talented in terms of her awareness of the game, and she is going to be the senior player there. We do that to try to bat all the rest of this innings.
Turning out to be a really good over from Rina Ramharak. 2 wickets. The wicket of the captain, the AC women's captain, Crystal Hanslal. And just after they get past that 100 mark, and then the run out of Runa Rajkumar. So just 2 runs, but also 2 wickets. Still have another 3 balls to go. Let's see what she can present. And this is good from players taking wickets and keeping things tight to the back end of the innings.
Not only wickets, but important wickets, as you see that the important batter of Hanslal there, who was just dismissed on 59, and another dot ball there by Ramar.
Yeah, new batter to the strike or to the middle, so she'll take a bit of time as well. I think that you'll want to get a single and get Dudo on strike. But then just the miscommunication from that run out in the previous couple balls might be in the back of Dudo's mind as well.
Yes, that's for sure. As we look at players now, this seem to be a change. I don't know if their blue is looking brighter, but after those 2 wickets, the momentum just went their way. Oh, a missed run out chance there.
The wicketkeeper left the ball thinking that it would land on the stumps, but you've got the glove, wicketkeeper, just as we have another look at that. A good throw by one of the seniors, and it would have been curtains for Dudo if it was a direct hit, or if the wicketkeeper had taken and take off the bails.
Yes, easy run out chance there. Would have been another wicket in this over. And after the 16th over, AC is 104 for 3. And back to bowl 4th and final over. We have LaFawn, who's already bowled 3 over for 80 runs. She has been that bowler who has applied that pressure on AC Woman and made, you're talking about bowling in partnerships.
Well, that should be a no ball because of the height. Batter got enough on it to get 2 runs, but we're all still looking at both umpires.
No signal there by umpire Tara Ali at square.
Yeah, they need to do a bit, or just be a bit more aware of what's happening out there. At the end of the day, they're out there to protect the game and protect the players as well, because at that height, if the ball does hit one of these young players, say within their chest area, I mean, they've got on helmets, but you've got to protect these players.
No, I'm not a profession at umpiring. A lot of people, when I do umpiring for win ball, they said I'm too tall, so I can never see the height of a no ball.
All right, so then maybe we're too high because we're in the commentary box, the AC commentary box up top.
And there's another dot ball there by LaFawn. That's 3 dot ball on the row. Are we going to see aggressive shot from the batter, or are they going to let LaFawn keep bowling that balls at them?
A good delivery, good flight, missed by the batter, Kajol Dalga. Wicketkeeper did hold on, but she didn't come out of her crease, so good stuff here from LaFawn. Played into the off, and Nadia Mohammed, the fielder. I like what I've seen from LaFawn. Really good. Just 2 runs from the first ball of the over and a single in the end. So 3 runs coming off that LaFawn over. It's the end of the 17th. AC women 107 for 3.
Good comeback there by players in this innings thus far. Remember, after the 10th over, AC was 73, and in the next 7 overs, not much runs has been scored. As you said, they are now 101. They were 7-3 without loss.
Yeah, just that drinks break jinx. 11th over, we saw Devika Singh being run out after that opening partnership, that 73-run opening partnership between herself and Captain Hanslal. And then a few overs later, a few wickets to Ramharak, Reena Ramharak, 2 wickets to really pull things back. But I definitely say that LaFawn has been, even though she hasn't picked up wickets, she has been the most hard, or the hardest player to play or to score runs off of out there.
Yeah, she's been bowling she was bowling a pretty good line,
yeah,
and
really
bowling to her
consistent
field, right? And also from getting help from the fielders also. She had that support there.
Yeah, runs have definitely dried up.
Just like the grass, dry. And we see Noang there bowling from the northern end, and still bought balls thus far in the 18th over. Quick single here. There's good run in there between Kajol, Dalgirl, and Dudo.
Yeah, there's some hesitation still, but they made it through for a comfortable run.
You know the saying, if you cannot get it in boundaries,
to run it.
Run the run.
You've got to run it. You've always got to look for that second. Look for that misfeel. Look for that bubble.
You know they say, pressure does bust pride. So if you keep pressure on the fielder to attack the ball, they say they might misfeel it and allow that easy extra runs to come.
Yeah, you tend to find players like Kabina Alexander who will always find a way, and we'll see her later on, they'll always find a way to steal another run. From the time the fielder, especially if the ball goes into the deep, fielder gets down, and if you hold the ball too long to throw in, and they recognize that you've got a weak arm, they'll find a way to get another single.
Yes, very much so.
Similarly, this can be too, but it can also be a run out, an opportunity. Needed a better throw.
Yes, a direct hit there would have saw Dudu walking back to the stands. And that's the end of the 18th over. AC is 111 to 3.
Bowling, well, obviously a change of bowling because Lafon bowled out her 4 overs. And Nadia Mohammed comes back into the attack. Yeah, things have really been pulled back by players. 18th over, or 19th over, I beg your pardon, and it's 111. Based on the start that they had, AC Women, they should have been at least 120 on the board at present. But those wickets, the momentum has also shifted, and this has been good from Players Sports Club.
Yes, the momentum has shifted straight on to players. As you see, there seems to be a lot more excitement in the players. You see players getting their body behind, they're attacking the ball, the throws are more powerful. You know, everything seems to be going their way right now.
Well, this one is played uppish. It's uppish. It's a chance. It's in the hand, but it's dropped. It's grasped. They've created opportunities. You can just see the head down from the bowler because, again, creating an opportunity and it not being taken.
You know, from you being a fast bowler, how hard it is to see you run it up to bowl in this kind of weather and seeing a catch being dropped.
What tends to happen, there's another opportunity, dropped again. Butterfingers.
Same player.
Same result.
Are we going to see a hat-trick? Are we going to see a hat-trick of that result today?
Well, what normally happens in a case like this, as we have another look at that replay, a very good line delivery, played uppish, not very strong, and gets under the ball. A bit of a juggle, but it's still grasped.
Yes, some might say catching practice there. The bowler is very disappointed because, you know, it's a lot of hard work to get wicket. Nobody walks into the wicket and say, here, take my wicket.
Yeah, and genuinely, you'd feel for the fielder as well because they'll be thinking now, right, I don't want this ball to come to me again. But then it's also an opportunity to redeem yourself if it does.
And you know, normally when they say, I don't want the ball to come to me, it comes to you. So let's see.
Then as a bowler as well, when things like that happen, a batter normally hits you for a boundary. Something happens.
Oh, Stacy, you called it, Stacy.
Bit of commentators curse, but this is the game of cricket. It either goes your way or you create those chances and they're not taken, and then something like this happens. Fortuitous from the batter, but runs not the ball.
A welcome forward there for AC Woman. The last boundary was scored in the 14th over, so it's great to see that, you know, they can get another one across the rope.
The last ball of the over. Let's see how she ends. This has been good from Ndudo. 17 from 18. Like what I see from her, just her little start here, but she's really motoring on with things. At the end of 19 overs, AC women who have won the toss and opted to have a bat first, they're 120 for 3. The final over of this innings, of this first innings. Current run rate 6.32. AC women, as I mentioned, won the toss and opted to have a bat first. Led by the captain, Crystal Hansel, 29 years of age, did pretty well, scored 59. So set the foundation, herself and Devika Jenny Singh. Lost the first wicket after the 10th over, after the water break by a run out. It's been really good stuff from both teams.
There's a misfield there by Shreen Rankisoon. No, this is the same player that dropped both catches in the 19th over.
Shareen Ramkisoon, the bowlers, your players are going to have it with you after this. You don't want to give away boundaries at this point in the match. Those drop catches didn't cost them very much. It cost a boundary after 2 drop catches. This time around, it's coming to you via the ground route. You need to get down. You need to get that long barrier in.
We spoke highly of her early in the innings, so talking about, she's one of the oldest players on the field and how she went down to long barrier. But, that was around the second, third over. We are in the 20th over of the game, so we know reaching on there might be a lot more harder than when the game now started.
Yeah, agreed fully.
No, I'm not saying it only happened to older folks. It happens to me as well.
Ooh. Nothing signaled from the umpire, which means it might have come off the batter. Could come back, 4 runs off the first, a dot ball second. Let's see what the third presents. Oh, driven back. Good effort from the bowler. They're going for 2 runs. It should be run out. And again, was it a direct hit? No, it wasn't.
No, the bowler seemed to drop the ball and didn't even try to get up and take the run out. As you see the replay here.
Right, 1 opportunity.
Yep.
And 2 opportunities. That should have been out. She was out by a mile.
Oh. The batter wasn't even saying, I'm not even going to try. Either you hit it or you don't, and she did not.
You need a better effort. This is the last over. That's 6 runs already. Make that 7.
And this is the stage of the game where you have 7 wickets in hand. This pair is going to try to run everything.
When we started this over, the current run rate was 6.23. It has now climbed to 6.46. 2 balls remaining. They'll want to end well. 127 on the board.
Another midfield in this over. Another boundary scored off a midfield. Not the way players will want to end this innings. But I'm sure AC Woman is not complaining.
Yeah, really poor stuff in the outfield from the fielder. But I guess you can just see that they're a bit more wary now. They look a bit more demoralized as well. There's a lot of tired feet out there, tired hands. They've just got to finish strong. Just 1 ball remaining. AC Women will want a boundary. Players will want a dot ball. It's kind of difficult. There's an appeal, but the fielder went almost to the front of the square leg umpire, so I don't think she would have seen or could have seen if it was a run out. But it's the end of the 20 overs. And AC Women, well, they'll be very happy with where they stand. 132 for 3. Current run rate 6.60.
12 runs coming off that last over. So momentum. AC Woman is going into the dugout with that momentum on their hand. You know, players just winning really, really well to restrict them so that under 20, under 30 there. But an expensive over. 12 runs coming off that last over. And you see smiles as AC batters are walking off the pitch, and we see the flag is flying, the breeze is blowing. You know, it's kite season.
Indeed it is. And support, support, support. They've done well. They've done well, the AC Women. They've opted to bat first, having won the toss. They had really good partnerships from their captain. Well, their opening pair, Crystal Hanslal and Devika Jenny Singh. And Dudo in the end with that 24 and Dalga with 15. They ended things very well. They'll be happy with where things stand. 132. Just to give a bit of a breakdown, Crystal Hanslal scored 59. Devika Jenny Singh scored 31. So that's where the start came from. Initially, they were 73 without loss after 10 overs. Dudo ending on 19 and Dalga 15. So a good little partnership in the end to see their side to 132 in their 20 overs. Quick break and we return with the reply from Players Sports Club. All right, hello and welcome back to the final of the TTWCA Trinidad and Tobago Women's Cricket Association final, championship final between AC Women and Players Sports Club. And if you're just joining us, AC Women, well, they've won the toss. They opted to have a bat first. They scored 132 for 3 in their 20 overs. Their captain, Crystal Hanslal, well, she stood out with 59. Devika Jenny Singh, 31. And Kajal Dalga with 15 to get them to that total of 132. The standout bowler for Players was Mary Lafon with 14 runs in her 4 overs. Just 1 wicket to fall to a bowler. The other 2 were runouts. As we see the reply from Players Sports Club, who will be chasing 133 to win this match.
It's not going to be an easy task. We know runs on the ball is always pressure.
And 2 batters, 4 Players, Nadia Mohammed and S. Ramsawak, the opening batters.
We see expansion there by Nadia Mohammed and great feeling there at the cover region.
From Naomi Lobai. Two right-handed batters at the crease. This one is heaved away. It's pulled into the vacant leg side area. Backward of square by Ramsawak.
I've known Shmindra Ramsawak to be a very aggressive batter, and that showed that, you know, the power she has in her back. So a very bad ball there by Naomi. We see AC Women have a deep extra, I would say a deep extra cover and a deep forward square. Ramsawak mightn't be the fastest between the wicket, but she can hit the ball for sure.
Yeah, I think I remember playing a bit of cricket against her prior, and that's exactly what she will do. Anytime there's length, anytime there's width, anything that she can get under, she will punish it. So it's the end of the first over. 6 runs from it. You spoke highly about Kajal Dalga and her off-spin leading wickets in this tournament. Guess who has the ball? A bit of miscommunication between both batters, but they get there safely for a single.
Yeah, she is leading wicket taker in the competition as far. As you said, she's coming in from the northern end, and she's coming to apply pressure in the sport play and hopefully take some quick wickets for AC Women.
And one of those all-rounders in the team, 26 years of age. Bats right-handed. We saw her bat earlier on, and now she's bowling her right arm off breaks. A very good shot. Opens the face, Nadia Mohammed. Ball is running away. Fielder is giving chase. Just holds up in time. And what I like is just that little relay.
Yes, the relay between players. I see that they are well coached. And it's good run in there between Ramsarak and Mohammed. There's 3 welcome runs there. As you know, he said, if you can't hit it over the boundary, you run it. And players have already gotten to a good start. The run rate is 6.5 runs per over. So big shot there by Ramsawak. Seemed to be a full ball there by Dalgill. Not the ball should be one to bowl in the power play where there's only 2 fielders outside.
Yeah, good heave given by Ramsawak. Again, anything that is short, she packs a good punch. Doesn't bat with a helmet either, so you know she's not there to mess around or to waste balls. I think what it also means is you're not going to see the fancy shots. You're not going to see those conventional pulls and sweeps on the knee. She's going to stand tall and she's going to hit.
And a bad ball there again by the girl. And it's over the boundary for 4. Very good start here by players. Exactly what they need to get this total going.
Just what they need in this run chase, a Players Sports Club.
Maybe some adjustment needs to be placed on the field. As you see, the mid wicket is now going to a deep backward square, but they still have that cover fielder out.
A much better ball. A misfield. Way too easy. And a chance to run out because Ramsawak, she's not known for those singles between the wickets. Well, the over comes to an end. 13 runs coming from it. And Players Sports Club in chase of that 133 to win. They're 19 without loss after 2. See low by continues, and just wonder if both fielders or both bowlers
Good offer there to Ramsarak. Wide ball down leg, and she really chose her bat to that because there's only one fielder that's deep, and that is a backward forward square. So she knows once she gets back on it, it can't be an easy boundary. We spoke about, the more the sun come out, the harder the wickets get, and it's going to be easy for the batters to score the runs. And in this trace, there's a really good shot there by Ramsawak. Midon seemed to run for a chase, but poor running there by the batters. We can see, we spoke about Ramsawak not being the fittest or the fattest between the wicket, and you mentioned that she's not there to play around. She's probably not even there to run runs.
Yeah, but she's going to have to because Nadia Mohammed, she tends to score quite slowly, so she'll work herself into this game. In saying that, she needs to be able to run those singles. And this one is played up and over the point fielder. The fielder does well in the deep. They're looking for two. There is miscommunication. I think it's definitely the wrong end. Ramsarak, she had already given up.
Clearly miscommunication. You know, sometimes you hear bowlers batter, bowler batter, or bowler or wicket keeper, but sometimes you only hear one. So I clearly that girl there was only hearing the wicket keeper, so she threw it at the wrong end. But as you rightfully said, Ramsarak was not even halfway at the pitches yet. This is the yin and yang batting here.
There's also where the cricket smarts comes in. You've got to know and be aware of these little things. And other than Dalga not knowing which end to throw at, some other fielder could have been shouting bowlers end, so that she's hearing it in her head, so she'll know.
And we see little Baya now come around the wicket, which I'm restricting the room for Mohammed there to free her hands. It's a short and wide there. Might be 2 runs up for offer, but can Ramsarak get back? No. Very good feeling there. Feel at a deep cover.
And Ramsarak knows her strength, so she's not coming back this time around. But what I'd like to see, Nadia Mohammed, she's turning blind. And when I say that, where the ball is being played, she's turning her back, so she isn't really seeing. So that can also be a bit of miscommunication as well, because you might call for two because of your level of fitness, because you're thinking two, so it doesn't matter how you turn. But again, the awareness of your partner on the other end, and their level of fitness as well.
And we see a lot of that happening in not only in women's cricket, but cricket on the whole. You know that you could make two, but we forget that our partner might not be as agile or as fit or as fast as you, and that tends to cause run out between the wicket. Miscommunication is a serious issue in cricket, especially when you don't know your partner's strengths and weaknesses.
That's a valid point. Because it's not just about you at the end of the day, it's about the team and just that communication and getting over the line. And you'd hate to be considered a bad runner amongst your teammates.
So after the third over, Players Sports Club is 25 without loss.
An easy single and a well-judged single for Ramsarak.
We see a change from the northern end. We see the skipper has now decided, I am going to break this partnership. She's now taken over the bowling from that girl. And we see Crystal Hansel, who has the ball in hand.
Skipper doing it all. Did the hard yards when it came to setting a target and getting her team in a good position to score 132. Now with ball in hand and hoping to make some vital breakthroughs. She has a look at the umpire, which means that she thinks that it was a wide. You can just tell as a player, sometimes you just have a quick glance at the umpire because you know it wasn't your best delivery.
Yeah, but we know that the rules have now changed that, if the ball goes down the leg, but it's close enough that you can hit the ball, the umpire has the right to make the decision to not call it a wide.
Yeah, I think that was the case for Hansel there. Possibly the batter just making an adjustment to move to the off to try and open up the leg side. It gives it a big heave through the off this time. Nadia Mohammed, fielder is giving chase. Again turning blind. Still gets 2 runs.
Better run in between the wicket here. I think AC will have to look at the players who's running between the wicket. They can't get a run out. They can't get a run out, but they tend to be showing at the wrong ends at time or not trying to literally run out Ramsharak.
A really good over from the captain and Crystal Hansel. Just 3 runs coming from it. So at the end of 4 overs, 28 without loss. Players really getting through these overs quite quickly, and that's one thing that is always noticeable when there's a female game, when there are female matches. Just the turnaround is much faster.
We now see a train from the southern end. We see Ramdarouse now take over from Dubai. Can she be the bowler to upset this partnership? Can she be that bowler to bring change, to lift the spirits of AC Women right now? And that's it. We've seen the power of Ramsarak, but good feeling there. A deep mid wicket to restrict that to just 2 runs. As you said, it's a very, very big field here, and it's not going to be easy to hit a 6, so you have to be ready to run the runs.
Yeah, it was definitely a good shot, but even better fielding, as you mentioned. Ramsarak, well, she'll have to work for anything she wants out there.
The AC will look at this as an opportunity also, because the more the running, the more tired she's going to get. And when you get tired, you tend to lose focus, you tend to lose power also. And always seen a change in the field where deep cover is now coming into the circle, and there seems to be a deep cow corner.
Yeah, so they've opted to use those 2 fielders because it's still power play on the leg side. Bowler bowls this one wide on the off, so I don't think it's the right line.
How frustrating it is, you know. I know you skip out to your club team where you as the captain set a leg side field or offside field, and then you see the bowler come and bowl the opposite.
Yeah, it just stresses you out at times as a captain. Again, an offside line. I like the idea because it's not as full for Ramsarak to get to, so they're saying to her, come and get it if you want it.
Yes, as you see, Ramsarak is not using her feet to get closer. She's more standing and trying to go at it.
Well, that's 3 wides on the trot, so something has to give. Your captain has offered or given you a leg-sided field. You're bowling wide on the off.
From my observation, after the first ball, you see that the bowler, her delivery, she's now going across the pitch in front of the umpire.
Yep, worked into the leg side, much straighter this time around. And I get that point because she isn't following through, or she's following through in front of the umpire, which means wherever your head and hands are going. And if it's across the umpire, it means it's going to the offside. So just needs to line things up a bit more in terms of stump to stump, wicket to wicket.
And you also don't want to appeal for LBW and turn around and the umpire say, well, you are blocking me, I can't see.
Yeah, that's exactly what the captain will not have wanted from her bowler. She set that leg-sided field, and the bowler has continuously kept on that offside line. A very expensive over here.
Just 3 legal balls have been bowled thus far.
And 10 runs off it already.
Yes, but as the captain, as you know, there's a different batter on strike, so the field adjustment has to be made. Now, as we are seeing the stranger, the cow corner is now coming into a short mid-wicket region, and deep cover is going out to Mohammed.
My thing is, she didn't get a boundary off any of those balls. The first ball went for 2. It was played into that deep mid-wicket region. They got 2 runs. They opted to set a leg-sided field. I would have kept the same feel because of what my bowler has been doing.
And also to stress on your point, Mohammed is not as strong as Ramsarak. So if you continue to bowl straight at her and force her to try to clear the inner circle where you know she don't have the power, and also if she do clear the inner circle, there are two fielders waiting there to catch a ball.
Yeah, agreed fully. A cheeky single, but they get there in the end. That's 11 runs from this over with one ball to go. As we see a change in field for Ramsarak. And a good ball to end. So the end of a 10-ball over from Ramdawa. And players, well, they're in control. 39 without loss after 5.
Yes, and you can see player is on par because at 5 over, AC Woman was 36 without loss.
Yeah. AC Woman just having a quick drink. It's really hot out there. It's hot, it's humid, and there's a bit of smoke blowing across, and it's dusty. So, few challenges for both teams.
Yes, it's very difficult this time of the year for those who have sinus, especially when you play outdoor sports. And as you say, there seems to be a bushfire to the east of us.
Hopefully as scheduled on the calendar, it should be April showers for May flowers. So hopefully, that rain will just keep things down a bit, but not stop the cricket. Not sure what the discussions are out there.
Seem to be taking a look at the ball. Probably Ramsarak probably burst it. she is smoking it out there, but who knows? That probably just a strategy for Hansel, the skipper, to make the batters wait.
A good ball from Captain Crystal Hanslal, leading from the front. A lot of acreage for that fielder to cover. Does well to get around. And 2 runs taken.
That's good batting by Mohammed there. She is the leader run scorer for her team, Player Sports Club. So she will know the importance of her wicket here today.
Driven back firmly, both fielders giving chase, but the ball wins the race in the end. So a much needed boundary for Players Sports Club.
Very classic shot there by Miss Mohammed, dissecting both mid-on and mid-off, and try to trace the ball, but to no luck. I think with the ball before where Mohammed caught Hansel, she tried to adjust her leg to bowl fuller, but it was a little too full because Mohammed drives her easily straight back.
A really good player, Mohammed, in terms of her ground shots. Isn't that strong to go uppish, but finds those gaps.
And we see Mohammed there looking for 2, but Ramsarak seems to be struggling to get back to for that second runs, and little frustration there from Mohammed, but she has to understand the strengths and weakness of her partner and realize that, what you can make up in running, Ramsara can make up with boundaries.
Yeah, so true. As the score moves on to 46 in 5.4 overs. So a good foundation. And 7 runs off the over as well. So it's really not a need to take or to be risky. Coming off the toe of her bat, gave it a heave. Ramsawak didn't make connection as she wanted. Was the final ball of the over from Hanslal.
7 runs coming off on it. Players are now 46 for none after the 6th over. And as you said, no need to look to force a second run, especially with Ramsharak, who's struggling there right now. The runs is coming. They are finding the gaps where the once it's a safe tool, we see that Ramsharak is running. Once you know it's not safe, you see it's like, hey, Mohammed, I cannot make it. And that's the understanding have to happen between Mohammed and Ramsharak today.
Yeah, just the awareness from Mohammed to understand that it's not needed. It's absolutely not needed at this point. You already have that foundation. You already have that runs on the board. So losing a wicket now would mean it's a new batter coming in, and they'll take more time, take a couple balls to get into the game. So just work with the strengths and weaknesses of your partner at present, Ramsawak, and see how deep you can get this. Just knock off those runs. Boundary by boundary, ones by ones, twos by twos. You'll get there eventually.
Eventually they will. Now we are seeing.
Oh, we're looking for a mankad.
Yes, it is the rule. It is part of the game.
Bit tricky from Lalu.
That should be 2 easy runs there. It's good feeling on the boundary there. As you see, Lalu has now come to bowl at the southern end. She is one of the leading wicket takers in the tournament. She currently have 7 wickets, and that girl has 8. So it's a competition between teammates right now. We would like to see who will come up on top at the end of this game.
WIPL Women's Premier League Purple Cup.
Purple Cup.
Who will finish with it?
It was the last ball of a spell. The last ball of a spell.
This one is played uppish, and an opportunity didn't quite hold on the fielder, but wasn't in a good position as well. Seemed to kind of been side on.
Not an easy catch where the ball is over your shoulder and you're running back, and also she's facing the sun right now, so it's going to be very difficult. But how much is that drop catch? I would say it's a drop catch. So anything in the air and falls close to my foot or my toes or at that reach of my hand is a drop catch.
Yeah, agreed fully. A much flatter delivery this time around, and it's pulled into the leg side. And the mid-wicket fielder comes off the boundary and gets a good throw in.
And I love this fielder they have set to Ramsharak now. Now that the foreplay is over, they have more fielders to put outside so to defend those boundaries that she's been scoring.
But they're still opting for just those 2 fielders out. Wide delivery signaled. I beg your pardon, there are 3 fielders out. So still trying to create a bit of pressure as well by not using that 4th fielder. This has been a really good over from Lalu. And 5 runs off it, but she's varied her pace. She's varied the lengths in which she has bowled at both batters. Guess I talked too soon.
Mohammed, no, she missed out on a chance to get some runs on the board there. There's nobody on the boundary behind square.
So 6 runs coming off that Lalu over. It's the end of the 7th over, and Players Sports Club 52 without loss.
52 without loss. As you as a captain there, what if you were defending this round? What would be your strategy right now? Because you see that the field is open for Ramsharak. Even if the field is open, the players inside the circle is still on the edge of the inner circle. So are we trying to just defend the runs, or are we trying to get those 10 wickets?
Yeah, I think they need to close in a bit because there are fielders on the boundary. So this one is played upish. And again, lands safely. Fielder is giving chase, and Ramsharak, well, she's getting more runs. Yeah, you've got to find a way. This is the second time she's played through that offside in the air, more backward point, and it has landed safely. So maybe those little adjustments as players were one in, one out. So someone is getting closer, but generally they need to just close in a bit more in terms of their field. An opportunity, and again, a better effort was needed, a diving effort was needed. Ramsharak, well, she's giving these chances, and they're not holding on. And this is both players that could have been out, both Mohammed and Ramsharak.
I think AC right now, AC woman is just give them back the players, give them in their innings, because it's like it's a do for do. We saw that those chances that Hansland and Singh give them early in the innings, how much it hurted players in the end.
And again, yeah, just creating those chances and not taking them. It can haunt you. It can demoralize the players and the team as well. You need those momentum shifts. You need to take them whenever they come.
You spoke earlier on about, players adjusting in terms of...
Yeah, this one is heaved. There's an opportunity. Fielder allows it to drop. And once it drops, of course, that bounce, it will beat the fielder for another boundary.
Bad judgment there by the fielder. I believe it's that girl who's there on the boundary. It's either you go to the catch or you allow it to bounce. And she was in between because she was approaching the ball to try to go catch it, and then she decided to run around the ball and allow the ball to bounce. But because the ground is so hard, and as you say, as that ball bounces, it will pick up a speed. Unfortunate for AC woman, but another chance, I believe, was given there for Ramsharak.
And an expensive over now. Ramsharak taking on the captain. This one is swung into the leg side, but fielder short square and does well to stop it. But again, the line is wrong to Ramsharak. She's strong on the leg. Force her to do something different.
What I would love to see is she try to bowl to Ramsharak. I would love for them to try to bowl a little fuller. Ooh! Oh!
Well, everyone has just stooped or possibly wowed to that chance. It was a sitter. And the fielder was in position. She was shorter this time. Cut upish by Ramsharak, and in a stooping position, ball gets in and gets out.
How heartbreaking is this? You can see the reaction of Jennings there. She knows how important that wicket is. She knows that this is her second chance she's already gotten in this over. How heartbreaking is this? Knowing the importance of that wicket. And also the fact that the skipper was the one who was bowling.
If we look at it, those are two chances that could have been taken, or two catches that should have been taken in that over from the captain. So like we saw from AC women or players, when they feel it's being returned in terms of those drop catches, that awareness, those catches that aren't taken comes back to haunt you. Just 6 runs from her first over, Lalu, and she's back into the attack.
Very good placement here by Mohammed. If you look at this field right now, you will be shocked to know, ask yourself, how did Mohammed find that gap?
Well, that's her strength, Mohammed. She's not a powerful hitter, so she's not going to go aerial. Her timing is spot on. The execution of that shot, that pull shot, low, rolling the wrist across it as well.
Yes.
Excellent.
The fact that Lalu have 2 middle wicket and a middle and also a deep backward square. But it seems to be bowling a really, really bad line today. AC women, they seem to be bowling a really, really bad line. If you look at the field itself, they have 2 fielders out on the offside, but 1 on the onside, but yet they are still bowling straight. Another boundary. Great batting by Mohammed here. And she's just eating up all the bad balls that AC woman is bowling to her right now.
It looks like they're going to get to that 132 in at least 15 overs, because these poor balls and well-distributed shots, well, it's helping Players Sports Club.
Again, we'll go back to how important was that drop. At the same stage, AC, when they were batting, they, I believe, was 65 around this stage without loss, and they had chance that was dropped. But you see a really good partnership building here between Ramsarak and Mohammed. I think they've gotten a better understanding of each other and their strengths and weaknesses and running between the wickets. I'm pretty sure Ramsarak saying, if you hit the boundaries, I will have to run less. Already 10 off. 4 balls in this over. No, 5, correct?
Missed out, Nadia Mohammed. That ball should have been retrieved at this point from that backward square boundary. Nonetheless, it's a dot ball, and it's the end of the 9th over. Players Sports Club 70 without loss.
I wonder what's going through the mind of AC woman captain right now. You have your 2 main bowlers between of Dalgirl and Lalu, who has been the wicket takers in the competition thus far, who haven't been as what's the word I'm looking for? Productive. Nothing seems to everything just seems to be going downhill. The line, the length, they have been the most expensive bowlers in this inning so far. So as a captain, what is the next move? Because you are coming into this game thinking, okay, these are my 2 main bowlers and they are going to be the one to be taking wickets or applying pressure.
Well, captain herself, Hans Lal, is back on for her 4th and final, and she's whipped into the leg side because of the length. Dalgit does well to field and get the ball in, but that's a good point. Maybe just changing the ends as well for both bowlers can be an option, because they seem to be struggling or not productive enough to get those breakthroughs from the ends that they're presently bowling at. So maybe just trying something different. Try them from both ends, change things up a bit.
Try something different. Sometimes you go into a game and just with a plan A, and don't have a plan B or plan C. So this is you as a captain, you always have to be on your toes. You're always supposed to have your thinking cap on. It's good run in there between two batters, two easy runs there to cover. We see Ramsharak seems to be struggling out there a little. But water is on the boundary. It is coming. Just hold on.
Sometimes you don't even think about the fact that it's 9.3. It's just 3 balls before the water break. You're just winded. You really have to dig deep because she's done well so far, Ramsarak. She's done the hard work, both herself and Mohammed. Get to that water break, have a chat, and go again. Shows a bit of respect to that last delivery from the captain, Hans Lal. It's the end of 10 overs. Players Sports Club in a comfortable position, 74 without loss.
And at this stage, AC Women was 73 without loss. How close can this game get? The pressure right now is on AC because they know that right now players is on. They have 10 wickets in hand. 10 wickets in hand, and my top bowlers are not being efficient today. That little cuddle there, that little meeting that they're going to have here, what you as a captain, Stacey, would be telling your players right now to encourage them?
Well, I'll be looking around as to my bowlers. First of all, what options do I have other than those who have bowled? You know, just have a conversation with those players and say, well, we've got to make a breakthrough. We've got to get something done. Might even say to them, well, girls, there might be a reward, or there's a reward for anybody that takes the first catch, because clearly catching has been a problem. So just find some way, get them smiling, get them in the game, because things have already happened. Wickets have gone in terms of gone a begging. Chances have gone a begging, but you need to find a way just to get those girls to smile again. So maybe just saying, right, $10, whoever takes the first catch, or whatever they like in terms of ice cream, right, whoever takes the first catch, it's on me. Take that responsibility as the captain.
And as you said, it already happened. There's nothing you can change about the past. It's only you can take things that you can learn that happened in the past and try to make things better in the future. 10 overs gone. The run's gone, the boundary's gone, the job catch is done, right? They have to try to start over. A lot of people say, why start over? We're already 10 overs in, but you have to start over because sometimes you need to shake off.
I would have also liked to see either one of the coaches, especially someone with experience like Brenda Salazano, getting out there and saying to the girls, you know, just basically the same thing, reiterating that point that has already happened, ladies. If we look at things neck and neck, they were 73 without loss after 10, and then wickets fell. So how you approach this next 10 or these next 3 overs at least after a water break is also important. So for me, it would just be to motivate them, find a way to keep them going, find a way to get them to forget what has happened. And just as we speak, there she comes, Brenda Salazano. She walks out just as they're ready to start over, but I guess her message was sent out previously. So I'm hoping that it's something of the positive side, that things have happened. It's not gone our way within the first 10, but we still got a game on hand. We've still got runs on the board to defend, to win this game. It's a final. Let's pull something out of this.
The first innings, we spoke about how a water break can change the game. You know, and so said, so done. In the first innings, we saw the dismissal of Devika Singh. Are we going to see the same thing happen in this innings, players' innings? We saw the captain, Mohammed Manika Raju, and their manager walking out in the middle there to have a discussion with both batters. I'm pretty sure she's telling, like, calm, relax, we got this. Continue doing what you're doing. Victory will be ours.
Yeah, Mohammed, the foundation has already been set, 74 in the first 10. Mohammed is on 40 from 37. Ramsarak is on 27 from 23, so a much needed water break. As the umpires just make their signals as the break is done and over. Let's continue with things, young ladies. Samantha Ramgulam, who won this is fortuitous, cuts and gets an outside edge. It's going, it's going. There's a fielder giving chase. Does pull it back in time. They pick up 2 comfortable runs. Ramsarak might not be thinking very comfortable because of the fact that, right, I've just had a drink. Why are you trying to take that water out of me?
I'm pretty sure that when she had from the water break is already gone. But you see a change at the end. You see Ramgulam who's coming into bowl. She's a very experienced young lady. She herself had the experience to go on board and play domestic cricket, I believe, in England.
They're 25 years of age. Again, cut upish, and the same result. Well, instead of 2-1 this time around, because Ramsarak wasn't looking for 2, whilst Mohammed, well, she's always eager for 2 runs. She's always looking.
Yes, are we going to see that, now that Ramsarak is feeling a little more fatigue and kind of run, is she going to go all out or just rotate the strike and run those easy singles or easy 2 and allow Mohammed to be the more aggressor?
I don't think she's going to run any singles if she has a chance. She's going to plant that front foot and swing for the hills once there's width. And she's bold. She makes the breakthrough. Again, these water breaks have presented opportunities for wickets.
Again. We kind of stretch how important. I think if we have a water break every 5 over, we might see something exciting happen in the game.
Well, you did ask about how are they going to get a wicket? How are AC women going to find a way to motivate themselves to get a wicket? So far, Ramgulam, well, she has not bowled in this innings. So, captain asking one of her players possibly to step up for me, please. I need a wicket. I need a breakthrough. And gets the result.
And I don't know if you remember, I spoke early on before the drop catch happened to Ramsarak that I wish that the bowlers would bowl a lot fuller to her because it's harder for her to get under the ball. You see, she's a power hitter, so whenever the ball was short or whenever she got room, she got her body and power behind her. A full Yorker line ball was what was needed to dismiss Ramsarak there. And we see coming to the wicket, we see the wicketkeeper of players, Shania Augustus, another young lady who have experience training at a national level.
Is she with the present national team? Because I don't know.
No, in the past, she took a break from cricket for a couple of years. I think it's her first year back.
Well, this is actually good. A left-hand, right-hand combination as well. Augustus being the left-handed batter on strike at present. So now Ramgulam, well, she'll have to make some adjustments as well as the field. Well, what a way to get off the mark.
And again, another left-hander, balls on the pad, food.
Well, very well played from Augustus. First delivery, and it's literally like a free hit because there wasn't much to do but just swing through the line. It was poorly lined down the leg side and made very good connection.
And we saw in the first innings where Devika Singh and Crystal Hansen was batting that left-right combination, how difficult it was for players to having to adjust to that line and leg consistency. And just be a switch. Here we see Ramglan, who has now come around the wicket. And a quick run, and that seems to be out, a direct hit. And who else but, I believe it's Natty, we may call her, one of the oldest players on the field, has just put on one of the best fielding display in the innings thus far. What an important wicket. And the wicket is Nadia Mohammed. Again, that water break, that break of partnership. Now the pressure is back on Players Sports Club.
Yeah, definitely. Momentum has now switched again, and this is what we saw when AC Women were batting. Over number 16, to be more precise, there were 2 wickets and a run out. So, again, it's almost a carbon copy of what happened in that innings. Hit ball, took off, run out, and now those 2 opening batters are back in the hut.
Yes, unfortunate circumstances here for players. You know, the 2 informed batters who were in and now dismissed. And it's never easy to walk in to a crease and continue doing what the past batters was doing. Now we have coming into the wicket have Mary LaFawn. She and Augustus are going to continue to try to keep up that run rate that Mohammed and Ramshak had.
Yeah, really good over from Ram Ghulam. 2 wickets thus far for her team, doing what is required for her captain. First time bowling in this match. Her first over. And she's picked up an important wicket, that of Ramsawak. And she's gotten a run out. A really good finish, really good over. Exactly what AC Women needed. It's the end of the over. End of the 11th over. It's 82 for 3. A lot of balls because of those 2 wickets that have fell. The 2 openers, well, they've been dismissed. One via the court route, the bowled route, I beg your pardon, and one via the run-out route. So 2 wickets are down. Up, and that's exactly what maybe Crystal Hansel has heard me just bowling her bowlers from other ends in shorter spells as well. Lobai previously bowled from the commentary end, which is our end, and now has changed things around. She's bowling from chance for a run out, but batter gets there, gets home safely. So this is good. Good tactics thus far. It has brought them 2 wickets. It has seen the opening pair back in the hut. What can they do from here, AC Women?
AC Women just have to try to continue to keep that momentum and keep the pressure on these new batters in the wicket. So far, you've seen that they look like 2 good runners because they have been taking some really tight singles, but tight but comfortable at the same time. As you can see, LaFord on the non-striker, and she's actually, I believe she's running in when the bowler is running, running into bowl.
Well, she better be careful because Lobai, remember her first over from the commentary, and she did attempt a man cut. So she have to be careful, be watchful, because I'm sure Lobai is seeing that.
So said, so done. So said, so done. Yeah.
Well, the cricket smarts of Naomi Lobai. She did attempt it previously, and you mentioned that Lafon is backing up quite high. Good awareness. This is what, it's in the rules, which it has been questioned a number of times. It has been done in international women's cricket, international men's cricket. And look at young Naomi Lobai using all the tricks in the book.
A lot of people will say it's not the spirit of the game, but as you rightfully said, it's part of the game. It's all about awareness. It's all about knowing the rules. It's all about not trying to steal a run. And in this position that AC Women in, I think they'll try it every ball because they need wickets to win this game.
That's literally what it comes down to. Those cricket smarts and what is required to win.
We see the skipper, Monica Raju, is walking into bat. Monica Raju, ladies and gentlemen, is 57 years of age. She has been playing cricket before I was born. And I am young, just saying I am young.
Definitely a stalwart. I've played against her a few times, and she's always been like, I can be your mother, you know. Don't bowl at me hard. So you have to give that respect where respect is due. Yes, it's a game where everyone wants to win, but at the end of the day, you know, you just want to ensure that the safety as well is there for, as she'd say, our mother.
Yes, she always says that whenever she's coming up against us, she say, oh God, Brittany Oya, don't bowl me too hard, eh? Or you know I old. I just come to take a little sweat. Take it easy.
Yeah, but then she pulls out some really, really amazing shots.
And a big heave there by Augustus. And 2 good runs there. As you see, look at Monica Raju running between the wickets. And she's looking for 3.
Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. And brings the end. Of the 12th over. But this has been a really good comeback for AC Women, and they've gotten a few wickets. They've tricked themselves into taking one of them, or tricked the opposition into getting one of them, but the momentum has shifted just a bit as well, because this pair, Augustus Ramgulam to continue. Fortuitous for Monica Raju, and she gets a single. She gets off the mark.
Players still have this game in hand. They have the aggressive Shania Augusta there, and they have the smarts and cricketing knowledge of Monica Raju there, knowing that she just have to rotate the striker with for the spot ball and have that conversation with Augustus to know that if they stay in the wicket, they can bring the game home.
A good flight from Ram Gulam and very well played, well swept. And from Augustus. All those singles count. And good rotation of the strike between this pair as well. I seem to just make a couple adjustments. You see women, they've gotten in a bit closer as well. They've come in closer to restrict those singles. So really good during these post drinks breakovers. A good glove work, good wicket keeping by Devika Jenny Singh behind the stumps. End of over number 13. In this position, Brittany Cooper, who would you rather be? Is he woman or players sports club?
Well, I always like to bat and bowl at the same time, so it's even Stevens to me. But you know, I'm a South girl, and I do play win ball with Players Sports Club. So I am rooting for them, but I'm also rooting for a good game of cricket. I think that a lot of younger players are playing in this championship, and if you look at the crowd, there's a lot of support here. That's all for both games today. So I know the crowd is looking for an excellent finish to this game.
Yeah, definitely a few championship teams who aren't playing in the finals. They're also here just supporting, and at the end of the day, women's cricket wins. The development and growth of the game, it always wins. Yeah. An excellent shot from Augustus.
A welcome fourth year. It's been a while since they had a four. The last boundary was scored in the 9th over. No, sorry, in the 11th over. That was I believe her first run came in a boundary. And a good partnership being built here by Raju and Augustus. Slowly but surely taking things off as they go along. And there goes a wicket. Unfortunate for Augustus. A full toss outside off, and she could only muster to sky it to extra cover.
Well, another wicket to Lobai as well. She got Lafon Mankad and now gets Augustus caught. So really good here from the AC women. They've pulled things back after the drinks break. They're picking up wickets quite easily now. And score 99 for 3.
And here comes new batter, Arena Ramrak. Bowls right hand, bat left hand. So another right hand, left hand combination. Can she be the player to stay with Monica Raju to deliver players to this championship victory?
Well, she has the potential. And she has scored some runs during the tournament itself, the league phase. And she'll be expected to carry on with things. They're in a very good position, 99 for 4 in the 14th over. But I've been impressed. I've been really impressed with AC women and the way that they've approached the second innings, or the second part of their bowling innings.
Yes, as you see, after that drink break, momentum switched to AC women's side, and they are not letting go. For they to win this championship, they have to continue applying the pressure on players. And we see Ram Gram coming in from the Solar S to bowl her third over. And again, another bad ball, another first ball for a new batter.
They're really struggling against left-handers. All these bowlers from both teams, they've struggled to find the correct line or length, because it's either too full or it's too short that the batter can get under and pull into the leg side, and there's no protection out there.
And again, as we see, AC seems to look like they seem to have to be on top of stuff. They seem to slacken it a little.
One, it's a wicket. It's a wicket. It's played into that short third region. And it's a very sharp and a very good catch by the fielder. The stay has been very short. Scored 4 and wanting to carry on with things. Wanting to continue scoring, Ramharat. Yeah. Edges is one to take outside edge, and it's taken by captain. It seems like it's Captain Crystal Hansler, so leading again, putting her hands up and leading from the front for her team. Ramarak goes, she departs.
It seems like players is letting this one loose. They are letting this final slip out their hand. Coming into the wicket there, we see the vice captain of Sriniran Kisoon. Now, we saw in the first innings when she was fielding, she had a bad day. Can this be the opportunity for her to make up for those drop, catch, and misfield? Can she? Let's see, the two older folks in the wicket, the two mature heads in the players' dugout is now out in the middle. Can they lead their team to victory?
And I keep stressing on it because those first 10 overs, wicketless, 74 without loss. So AC women, they've been made to work hard after that drinks break. Ramgulan, Samantha Ramgulan, 25 years of age with her right arm off breaks. She came in, she picked up a wicket, and there was a run out in that 11th over, 10.3, 10.4. Lobai also did really well, picked up a wicket in the 12th over. And then this is just how things have gone. Wickets have fallen. Ramgulan has bowled really well as Lobai. They've kept things tight. They've done what their captain needed them to do. So that message, or whatever message it was at that drinks break, it has motivated this team.
Yes, it's a very tricky stage in this innings now. We see Ramgulan is now bowling her third over. We see that Lubai is bowled out, Hanslal is bowled out. So, who are going to be the bowlers to come and bowl this last 5 over? We know they have Dalgirl in their midst. She still has 3 overs left, and we have Ramdawa to bowl 3 overs also. So maybe one more over to Gulam, and the next 4 overs shared between Dalgirl and Ramdawa.
Yeah, I think that there are questions for the captain will be, at what stage does she continue to bowl Ramgulam and get wickets, ask her to attack and pick up wickets, or does she hold her back for at least possibly the 17th or 18th over based on how things have been going? But she needs some other bowlers. She needs those other bowlers to put their hands up.
Yes, a tricky stage again. After 15 overs, AC was 101. Players are 103 after 15. But with the same amount of wicket that was, I believe, lost at that period. So, as you said, who are the bowlers the Captain Hansel is going to choose to bowl? In what order? As you said, is she going to bring the best bowler to bowl the 17th over? Is she going to hold her back between and bowl that probably 19th or probably 20th over? Question is how far is Hansel trying to carry the game? Is she going to try to take next 7 wickets within these 3 overs? Or is she going to say, okay, I want my bowler to defend 10 runs in the last over?
I'd also like to possibly see, no matter who she brings on to bowl, just those fielders get a bit closer as well. These 2 batters, they may not be able to clear the infield. So you want to just create as much pressure as possible. And start with a dot ball. And the new bowler. Lalu returns. Yeah, again, trying to work it into the leg side. So not expansive shots from Monica Raju. She'll try to get a single and get her other batter on strike.
Seems like the non-striker Kisoon is going to the square leg to ask for those wide balls that are not being called, and
it's being called now.
And it shall be given unto you.
Yeah, to me it's just the consistency. I've seen and played in a few matches and where these ladies have umpired, and it's been inconsistent. And especially in a position like this where you are seeing that you can win a match. So, of course, emotions will be there. So you want the best from these umpires.
Yes, those calls or, those singles that are not being given, or those not calling a boundaries or not calling no ball, it can affect the game. And as you say, in a position where everyone counts at this stage, you want the umpire to always be ready. A quick single here taken here by Rankisoon and Raju.
Yeah, it tends to mess with your mental as well. So you lose focus, and that's where the opposition tends to get in.
See, left and right, Kisoon is on strike. Lalu is bowling her third over. Only 2 runs off this over. That's for a wide and a single. You see the feel of a deep square, a deep corner. And Rankinson seems to have just found the gap. Is it going for 4? Is it going? Oh, and it's a well placed by Rankinson. I see she's fired up. She is fired up because she knows the umpire missed some wide. So if you don't want to call the wild, then I will hit those boundaries.
Yeah, much needed fielder giving chase, but the outfield is so quick. Once you miss it the first time, it's hard to you'll just have to retrieve.
And again, are you seeing the difficulty as a bowler bowling to a left hand combination? That ball was down the leg again for a left-hander. I wasn't, my bowling career wasn't as long as my batting career, but I've never liked bowling to left-handers.
Again, poorly lined and worked into the leg side. Will they come back for 2? Well, Monica Raju, she has literally just touched ground and turned around blindly to get back there. So she understands the assignment. Well, get the better batter, get Ram Kisoon on strike.
Well, they are sisters, so probably they have that, that connection that most of us don't have in the cricket fraternity. But at the end of the 16th over, the score is 111 for 5.
So 4 overs remaining. Can they get over the line, Players Sports Club, or can AC Women pull out something special again? They've done well. No wickets within the first 10 overs. 74 runs without loss. They've picked up those 5 wickets in this period of play. Who will they turn to?
And there seems to be a big discussion in the middle as to who will bowl the 17th over. 22 runs needed from 24 legal balls. You never know. Might be more balls, might be less. Probably the umpire might miss something.
Control the controllables, that's what it comes down to. I'm not sure what is the hold up now.
It seems like they may have umpires put the wrong name to the bowler who was bowling, and they probably suggested that Dalgir has already bowled out. But from our understanding, Dalgir has only bowled 1 over, the second over of the innings where she went for 13. Now she's coming to the stage where the pressure is on her because the fact that her first over went for 30 runs, she has to try to come and bowl a really, really tight over here.
What might work in her favor is the fact that she bowled that first over from the Arthur Bolden end. She's now on the commentary end, and we've seen that change for Lobai worked really well. So hopefully, for an AC woman's perspective, it works out in their favor. If not, well, it'll all be Players.
And that's a friend crutch. A pinch cut. Seems like 2 runs, 2 runs. Yes, Monica Raju's getting back to the striker's end. 2 runs off the first ball, exactly what players needed. 20 of 23.
Yeah, field placement. Field placement is off. If you're bowling that offside line, then she needs a bit more protection. So the fielder, I think, is way too close. She's now going back, which I think might be the better option. Is there a catcher in front?
Yes, a catcher in front. A catcher in front.
Real
in
aggression.
the 17th over, where they need 20 of 23 runs. Clearly, they are looking for wicket and not trying to get dot balls.
Yeah, but my thing is it necessary because of the fact that Monica Raju, she might be old, but she can hit the ball. So putting that fielder there, if she gets past that fielder, there's large acreage for the fielders on the boundary to cover. So that's a possible 2 runs rather than a single give.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing here for the field setting that is going on in this stage of the game. As you see, we have a wide long on, middle wicket, and a square for the left-hander Rankisoon.
A really good delivery from Kajal Dalga. I like the angle as well. She's trying to work those deliveries to go across the left-hander where she has most of the fielders. She has 5 fielders on the offside. A swing and a miss.
I think that was a bottom edge here, Stacey. The way the fielders reacted there, like they were already waiting to celebrate the wicket, but a very difficult catch for any wicket keeper whenever a batter get a bottom edge.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Davika Jenny Singh isn't wearing a helmet. It's a spinner bowling. She's up to the stumps and isn't wearing a helmet.
Miss King, it could be the softball, the semi-hard, the hard hand. I am wearing my helmet in game, in showdowns, beach cricket, whatever it is. I am wearing my helmet because
It's always safety first.
Yep, safety first.
Remember, we had national training sessions at the cricket center, and coaches said, don't bowl any short balls, but we are indoor. There was one ball that came up and literally just grazed my chin. I still have, I think I got a few stitches for it. And again, it just threw me off. It's like, I'm never not wearing a helmet anymore. No coach can say to me that I don't have to wear a helmet.
Yep.
It's always about safety first, ladies.
And just 3 runs off that over. Very good comeback over there by Dalgirl. And after the 17th over, the score is 1-1-4 for 5.
And they've done well to just restrict that over to 3 runs. 3 overs to go.
19 runs needed from 18 balls. Which way is going to swing? Is it going to swing with Players Sports Club, or is AC Woman going to bring home the trophy?
Well, we know it's going to be an interesting finish. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. But with championship on the line, all the silverware, all the goldware, everything's on the line now. Who wants it more?
And here comes Lalu, I believe the ball her last over of the game.
Oh, that's a gift. And that was a gift.
That ball was up there saying, hey, just hit me. In a situation like that, and a bowler of Lalu caliber, that was a very, very bad ball. And that is the experience of Monica Raju. Look at that placement. No power needed, just placement.
Agreed fully, because usually you find a young player who their head will be thrown back and they'll want to hit that ball into Arthur Bolden Stadium. Monica Raju is playing within her means, clears that inner fielder, that short mid-wicket fielder. It lands safely and it runs away to the boundary. So the cricket smarts of the senior pro, it's being showed.
And it's a wide ball by Lalu. And with that, for you see there's an adjustment to this the field. Now before that four was it, there was a mid-on. Now that mid-on has gone to a wide long horn, and that easy single, even easy double J is up for offer.
Yeah, seniority being shown at its best between these two batters, or this pair of sisters.
Yes. And I know you are seeing a big smile on my face. It's not because I play with players in softball. It's because that the maturity of these two players, and you mentioned that, you know, if a younger batter see a full ball like that, you know, head, foot, hand, back, and neck will be going at the ball. But to seeing how calm and collective Monica Raju and Srinivasan Kisoon is batting is exactly what these younger players need to take into the game.
And it's something that I mentioned last weekend when at a club game, you see senior players and you wonder at a national level, why not give younger players a chance? Why not give them the opportunities? But then when you see those younger players and their motor skills is off, their biomechanics is off, and then you see these senior players stepping up and doing what is required, and the cricket smarts from these players, you really just can't help it. Oh, and it's a boundary. It's another poorly line delivery and punished by Monica Raju. Boy, oh boy, she's on 25 from 15. What an innings this has been from the senior pro.
Monica Raju is leading. She is the skipper. When she went on there to take the toss, she was hoping that probably we should chase, because she has played a lot of game at this center. And we know that at the cricket center is always a good batting wicket whenever you are chasing. Poor feeling there by the fielder, and we see players are players at the edge of the boundary cheering the captain and vice captain, because they know victory is right there.
Yeah, they did well. They played within their constraints, their strengths. They know their strengths. They know their weaknesses. There was some questionable fielding. There was some questionable bowling. But these two are really showing what this club is about. If I'm not mistaken, this team is built around those two players. And this is why. It is an appeal, and because it's a direct hit, but the bat was grounded way earlier by Ram Kisoon. And comes to the end of another over, and what it does is gets the AC women a chance to just get a quick huddle. But for Players Sports Club, they are in the driving seat of this match. They'll be very confident with where things stand, and they might just be smelling and tasting victory.
But you know, cricket is a funny game. We will be in the driving seat.
Two quick wickets?
Two quick wickets, and the game just stayed. Be in the driving seat, and instead of mashing gas, we put mashing brakes. But this is the perfect opportunity here for players. Two calm, collective players, and they know that victory is right around the corner. I know that huddle that AC woman is having there is knowing that, okay, we just need one ball to change the game. One ball could literally change the game. We are seeing players at the edge of the boundary waiting to run on with their water in hand to wet the skipper and vice captain out there. Can AC pull something out from the hack? Not a rabbit, you know, a victory.
Well, from a AC woman's perspective, it's the 19th over. Why are you not bowling Ramgulam, Samantha Ramgulam? She has one more over. She's picked up wickets. She's picked up 2 or 3 wickets. She's created opportunities. There are runouts as well in her over. So she's created opportunities at every point. Why not use her for the 19th? get a tight over and carry it into the final over, where you trust whether it's Kaj or Dalga to bowl the final over. What do we know?
We are just commentators. We know nothing about cricket. And it is a single of the first ball from Ranky soon. Well, as you said, as a captain, are you trying to take wickets now, or are you trying to drag the game to the 20th over? And sometimes waiting to carry the game to the 20th over, sometimes it doesn't even reach there. So one of their best bowler of the day might be able to bowl out.
Yeah, you want a breakthrough between this pair. That's what you should have been thinking. There is an opportunity for a run out, but the throw needed to be a bit firmer to the keeper. She turned blind Monica Raju because she knew she wanted to at all widths. She was going back for 2 runs.
And players is only 3 runs away from victory. As you said, a stiffer, stronger throw from the boundary would have seen Monica Raju heading back to the pavilion. As you see, there's adjustment in the field. The deep cover and the long off is now coming inside the circle because the no players just need singles to get. Too little, too late now?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely too little, too late. I would have liked to see Ramgulan bowling this over. She's going to end, possibly if this match ends in this over, with an over to spare. Your best bowler has to bowl, or their best bowler on the day has to bowl their full quota of overs.
I remember Ramgulan was the bowler that changed the game, that literally gave AC Woman a chance to get back into this game. A little discussion there between the sisters united, sisters out there fighting, sisters who are going probably to bring that championship trophy to Players Sports Club.
Well, one team from South, Deep South, the other team from Central. So either way, it's staying, the trophy is staying within the Southlands.
Well, you know, the talk about South people is good people, so you know.
Swing and a miss. Possibly trying to hit too hard, seeing that flight on the offside.
There's 2 back-to-back dot ball. There is the game going to finish in the 90th over. 90th is test match I'm playing. And a quick single here. Is Frankie still going to reach? Yes, at the end it's a safe single. Score now move on to 1 to the 1.
Was smelling victory, tasting victory. And that's it. They're cheering on every run. I'm not sure what's happening, but you can just hear the Players Sports Club. Their players, they're out on the boundary ropes and they're cheering on. The AC Women's flag is still flying high, but it's the end of the over and it's 132, so scores are tied. With 1 over to go, scores are tied.
Scores tied. 5 wickets in hand. 1 run to go. Who's going to bowl the last over? Should we just wing it and give it to anyone? But it seems like Ramgulan have the ball in hand. Who knows? Does she have the magic trick today to pull a miracle here for AC Woman?
Super over, Brittany Cooper.
I am hungry, Stacey King. I am hungry. No super over, please.
Well, it's part of the game, so we are just looking at the options. Everyone is in for AC Women. They've closed it now. It's just a single needed.
I'm just getting this feeling that something is going to happen that might just change the game. A run out, what is going to be? It's going to be
Yeah, driven up-ish and lands safety. The fielder does get the ball to the bowler eventually
Pressure
because
game.
of the backup. So it's now 5 balls remaining, 1 run required.
And that's it. And that's victory for Players Sports Club. Look at their players. They are celebrating victory finally for Players Sports Club. What an innings by Monica Raju and Shirin Rankin soon. They've done it.
Yeah, it has been an amazing performance. They've played within their strengths. They've not been really good in the field initially as their players run on to celebrate with their 2 senior pros. They've achieved this title and Players Sports Club. They've done all the hard yards. And this would mean a great deal to them and yourself, Brittany Cooper, because you've played wind ball with them. So congratulations to yourself as well.
Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. But a great day of cricket thus far. What a way for players to win a very good championship finals. I'm excited to see the Premiership finals. 2 big teams coming up. Achievers Women's Sports Club, and we have Hibiscus Ladies, who is going both. I believe Achievers was one defending champions. They win the championship. I believe last year they won the championship, so now they have a chance to win Premiership. And Hibiscus Ladies, who are defending champions, who have won it on more than one occasion. The likes of Leah and Kirby. Kabina, Alexander, they also have strengthened their side with Krisha Ramarak, who just did an excellent job in the World Cup, where you had the opportunity to commentate on her brilliant performance, and the like of Achievers, who now have the future stars, I call them, the youths, that hunger they have. Are they going to take that championship title from Hibiscus?
Well, this is the end of this match. And Players Sports Club getting over the line, chasing that 132 set by AC Women and doing it in fine style. And 2 of their senior pros, Monica Raju and Shireen Ramki, soon seeing things home for them. 19.2 overs they've done this in. Celebrations all around, pictures, everything. 2 teams to play in the Premiership final up next. They're getting warm, they're getting ready, but for now everything stands with this Players Sports Club team. They've done well.
And look at the joy and smiles on the face. There for their photo up. Congratulations to Players Sports Club. Don't go too far from your laptop, from your TV, from your radio, wherever you are listening or watching. The Premiership finals is coming up in the next, I believe, 30 minutes. That game starts at 2 p.m. We will be here ready, waiting. Stay tuned.